It's a new year and a new Boston City Council. Earlier this week, 4 new councilors were sworn in along with the new council president, at-large councilor Ruth Z. Louis-Jean, who joins me right now in studio. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Crystal, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You know, it was such a historic day when the vote or the election came in. You know, it was Haitian Independence Day, and you're Haitian American. What did that feel like?
It's interesting. It was a big day for a number of reasons. It was the new year, and people are usually out, you know, enjoying themselves or recovering from enjoying themselves. My family, we're usually all together in Randolph for a family sleepover. Extended family, aunts, cousins, family, friends, to bring in Haitian Independence Day when we're together, eating soup, watching movies, and starting the new year with a prayer. So we didn't have that, and they all came to the inauguration, and so it was incredibly special. It was a day I won't forget.
And you're the first Haitian American to have this position on the city council.
Yeah.
What do you think that means or says to your constituents, but to the city?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm the first Haitian American city councilor, first, Haitian American city council president, and I think it means a lot. You know, I am an at-large councilor, which means I represent every resident in the city of Boston, from Mattapan to Charlestown and everyone in between. And there's special meaning for the Haitian community that has felt for a long time a lack of representation at the city level. And now we have people who can call City Hall and can speak in their native tongue and get their issues met. Boston is home to the 3rd largest Haitian diaspora, so it's a really big deal. It's a big deal for so many, and so I'm just honored. You know, I'm just like a regular person, but that I can be a point of pride and a point of affirmation for people it's special.
And I know you make it a point to be in the community. I mean, I follow you on social media, and I'm at the events that you're at a lot of events.
Yes. Being at large requires you to show up in community. I think about what I needed to see in an elected official as a young black girl growing up in Mattapan, where oftentimes we didn't necessarily see politicians knocking on our door or at our community events. And I think that's the work of equity, is reversing past harm with intentionality. And so both it is in my spirit and in my being to be in community. It brings me joy. I get my joy from being rooted deeply in community, but it is a responsibility to have people touch and feel and see government, that we show up to, and we want to be in community with you. We want to hear from you about how we make our city better for you, whether that means our budget process, making sure that our budget is reflecting what you value, or that means making sure that our schools are being held accountable to make sure that all of our young kids, regardless of zip code, regardless of parental income, are really not able to just do well, but really able to thrive and know that anything is possible.
Yeah, and you're stepping in, or you're coming in after what has been described as a tumultuous year on the council with lots
2 years.
2 years. There you go. Yeah, exactly. And you know, do you feel like you need to come in and right the ship, or what do you hope in terms of having more conversations across thoughts, across, you know, we didn't necessarily see in the last 2 years?
That's a great question. I mean, not all was lost, right? Especially the stories that are picked up on are the ones that can get the most clicks and attention. But it was a pretty fraught 2 years. We did redistricting, which is always a politically tense process. We're still coming out of COVID, which really presented some of that collegiality that usually prevented, helped to block that from really forming. We had some staff changeovers at the council level, and then, other people running for different offices. All of that creates some tension. I'm hoping that we can return back to basics. Politics, it can be a really hard place. It's a hard arena. I have an aunt who's a nun, and someone said to me, if you wanted, it all to be one big family, you should have joined the convent. I checked with my aunt, and she was like, there's politics here, too. So, I mean, we're going to have political differences. We're a big city. We all, might disagree on the pace of equality, the pace of progress. That's going to happen. But we can do that while still saying hi to each other as we walk down the hallway, while still not trying to take each other down. I don't believe that, I don't believe this in any way. If your equation for success is dependent on taking someone else down, you should find a new job. You should find a new industry. Like, it should not be dependent on taking someone else down. You should shine in your own right and in your own glory. And that's what I try to do alongside my constituents as we build community and solve problems. And that's what I hope to do as City Council President. Each of my new 4 colleagues, John Fitzgerald, Enrique Pepin, Henry Santana, Ben Weber, they all bring their unique talents, their unique humor, their background either as a family in public service or a newly arrived, a recent immigrant who grew up in public housing. They each have their skills and talents and backgrounds, and I hope to help bring that out.
Absolutely. I know you have an ambitious agenda in terms of what you want to get done as City Council President,
yes.
housing
yes.
being one of them. We actually have some numbers here where the average monthly rent increase in Boston between July 2022 and July 2023 was really high. A 1-bedroom jumped from about $2,250 to $2,595, a 2-bedroom $2,775 to $3,150. This is it's becoming, we've been saying it's a crisis, but it seems like it's reached a fever pitch.
It has. I think that's exactly and unfortunately right. Mm-hmm. We are the second most expensive city to rent. There's such a high barrier, and 65% of our residents in Boston are renters. Mm-hmm. And so I care deeply about homeownership, making that a reality, even how we can move some renters over to homeownership. But we also have to acknowledge that we have to take care of our renters, mm-hmm. which is why we are working on everything we can to make the cost of housing more affordable, whether that's using city-owned land, making sure that we have a city with a strong bond rating that we can be using to build more housing. The government can be in that game. The federal government has abdicated its responsibility, but I'm excited by new leadership at the Boston Housing Authority about what we can accomplish by putting our heads together. There's not going to be one thing that solves it. We have the real estate transfer fee bill on Beacon Hill that would create an additional pool of money for the construction of affordable housing, money that we are currently leaving on the table. We have the Tenant Opportunity to Purchase Act, which would prevent displacement because it would allow tenants in buildings to purchase the building, which may sound impossible because if you're renting, how do you have the money to buy a whole building?
Yeah.
But that's where the work with nonprofit organizations come in, with community land trust, with nonprofit developers who care about stability in communities and preventing displacement.
And they do that in other cities, major
absolutely.
cities as well,
Absolutely.
But the tenants purchasing the building.
Exactly. So, and we have to learn from other cities. We have a rent stabilization bill that's before the State House that we worked diligently on that wouldn't prevent rent increases, but would, make it so that our wages, people's living wages, aren't increasing by 50% a year. It's nowhere near that. But some people are seeing rent increases in that amount, and so we have to do something to try to attack that. There's so much, looking at city-owned land to see how we build more affordable units and properties. There's so many different things that we have to do to accomplish that goal. One of them we did last year, which was increasing, if there's a developer who's building a property in Boston of 10 or more units, 7 or more units now, increasing the percentage of those units that have to be affordable, and also deepening that affordability, lowering the threshold at which people are eligible for those units, because we know that oftentimes what is affordable for one isn't affordable for someone else.
That's right.
So trying to make it more broader so that more people, especially people of color, working class families, are able to apply and successfully receive one of these affordable units.
Yeah, for sure. I think one other thing I'd love to ask you about in the time we have left with you. Mayor Wu recently apologized formally to Willie Bennett and Alan Swanson, their family, publicly linked to the Charles Stewart murder. Right before the holiday break, we actually had the HBO documentarians on the show talking about that, and the Bennett family wouldn't even participate in the documentary because they were so aggrieved by that, how they were treated over the years. What do you think about that move by Mayor Wu to do that formally before the public? Because so many mayors would have said, this is a legal matter that had nothing to do with my administration, so I'm going to stay away from it.
We are a city and a country in need of deep healing. You don't get to the healing unless you address the issues straight on. And by sweeping them under the rug or saying that it wasn't my administration or I wasn't alive or I wasn't living here, it doesn't help us get to that healing. And so I think I commend the mayor for that move, because we have to, even the hardest issues, the ones that are painful where, there's blame to go around, we address those issues. The only way we get through is by going directly to the issue. And so I think that was a very good decision. It shows her focus and her intentionality and the bold vision that she's trying to lead with, and that we're going to be, you know, working in partnership with on the council, of course, while holding her accountable and making sure that the administration is meeting the moment and the needs of our students and our residents and Black and brown communities and everyone from Charlestown to East Boston. But I think it was a courageous step, and I commend her for it.
So lots happened over the break. I also want to ask you something that has nothing to do with the city council, but everything to do with concerns about DE&I in the state as a whole, and especially at Harvard. We know that Claudine Gay, also Haitian-American woman, the first Haitian-American Black woman in that position. I mean, as someone who's also a first, what do you think about this situation? How does it make you feel to see her resign and leave that position?
It was it's such a point of pride for the Haitian community.
Yeah.
For her to be in that role. And I remember being at her inauguration, and I remember just being so proud as a Bostonian, as a Haitian, as a graduate of Harvard Law School and the Kennedy School. It was just amazing. And so I feel saddened and I feel heartbroken. The Attorney General yesterday commended me on becoming president of the Boston City Council. She was the first Black woman to head the council, and often first, you know, experience a number of challenges and setbacks, and a lot of people trying to prevent that first from even happening. And so I commend Dr. Gay for being in the ring. And we know that for women and for women of color, being in the ring is an even harder and daunting task. But there is legacy even in an attempt. And so many people, especially in Black and brown communities, because of histories and legacies of racism and exclusion, our legacies can often be found in the attempt, and there's value in that. And so I want to honor that for her.
Ruth Z. Louis-Jean, thank you so much.
Thank you.